evening. You are just right in time for KUTV State of the Nation. This is the 24th day of September, the year 2024. Indeed, it's the day that we have much and more lined up for you. But first thing first, our top stories tonight. Tonight, from accusation to praises, Ruto changed tune on Ford Foundation, praising its role in safeguarding democracy after he accused it of sponsoring anti-government protests. I vote for Raila. Senegal president pledged his support for Odinga's AUC chairperson bid. Also tonight, null and void. High Court squashed the entire privatization bill of 2023 for lack of public participation. Plus, leading from the front. Universities are taking leading role in addressing pressing climate change agenda.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Alright, our sign language interpreter tonight is none other than the ever competent Lucy Kiarie. And of course, you can chip in and send in your views and comment on all of our social media platforms. And we are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTVNEWS Live. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Evans. Remember to use the hashtag State of the Nation. And remember, tonight we track very key and critical moments that are happening in our nations and of course beyond our borders. Remember, here in the country, the discussion about the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has sparked controversy and of course hot debate among the political divide. Some support, others obviously oppose. And of course, in the United States of America, this is the 79th United Nations General Assembly. President William Ruto continued to vouch for Raila Odinga's Africa Union Commission chairperson bid, and this time round, the latest to throw his weight behind Odinga is Senegal President. That and many more, of course, will be bringing you up in our 360 bulletin round clock. And of course, we promise it's going to be an exciting bulletin served hot. And of course, let's begin. Now, in a sudden change of tune from harsh to soft, President William Ruto praised the Ford Foundation's support for Kenya's democracy and reform on his X account. The praise sparked reaction among Kenyans. This is after he previously accused Ford Foundation of funding anti-government protests in July this year, hence undermining Kenyans' democracy. Anyango Sylvia opens our bulletin tonight with the report.
On the fourth day of President William Ruto's visit to the United States, his update post on his daily activities has sparked reactions among Kenyans on social media. After the talks held with the president of the Ford Foundation, Darren Walker, in New York, Ruto on his post stated that Kenya appreciates the Ford Foundation's commitment to safeguarding our democracy and supporting Kenya's calls for reforms in the global economic institutions, climate action, and modern technology regulation. This sentiment contradicts his remarks that he made 2 months ago on the 15th of July, accusing the Ford Foundation of sponsoring the nationwide anti-government protest. On his social media account, X, formerly known as Twitter, Ruto called out the Ford Foundation for allegedly undermining Kenya's democracy by sponsoring the youths to cause violence and mayhem. In his terms, Ruto warned that Kenyan youths are not available for retrogressive assignments.
wale ambao wana sponsor hiyo violence, sisi tunawajua. And I want to call out those who are behind the anarchy in Kenya, those who are behind the sponsoring the chaos in the Republic of Kenya. Shame on them, because they are sponsoring violence against our democratic nation. Mimi nataka niulize watu wa Ford Foundation, watuambie hiyo pesa wanatoa ifanye fujo ndio wapate faida gani? We are going to call them out and we are going to tell them, if they are not interested in democracy in Kenya, if they are going to sponsor violence, if they are going to sponsor anarchy, we are going to call them out and we are going to tell them they either style up or they leave.
The president's sentiments has raised concerns among Kenyans who appear to be confused on the president's stand with regard to the actions taken during the peak of anti-government protest, especially following the use of excessive force after the protest turned violent and destructive. Kenyans are therefore streaming in questions on social media account X, demanding clarity on the sudden change of perspective. Anyango Sylvia, KUTV.
Now let me take you to the United States. Azimio leader Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship continued to gather momentum after President William Ruto secured support from Senegal President Diomaye Faye in New York while attending the 79th United Nations General Assembly Summit. Both leaders during their meeting underscored the importance of strong AU in addressing continental challenges. Theo Masharia with the details.
Raila Odinga.
As days flip and the Africa Union Commission chairmanship draws nearer, President William Ruto seems to be on a lobbying spree, vehemently campaigning and seeking support for Raila Odinga in every opportunity he gets. On Tuesday morning, the head of state took to his official X account, revealing that he had met his Senegalese counterpart, President Bassirou Diomaye, a discussion that was stopped by Odinga's bid for the AUC chairmanship. Today's efforts by President Ruto comes a day after he yet again went on a campaigning spree during a US-Kenya business investment roundtable on Monday.
Our former Prime Minister, the Honorable Raila Odinga, who is gunning for the chair of the Africa Union Commission, because as a country, I lead the charge on reform of the AU, and there cannot be any better reform than having the correct leadership to drive the African agenda. And so I just call
Ruto's move adds up to his recent tour in China, where he met with 6 other African presidents to drum up support for Raila Odinga's Africa Union Commission candidature. With President Ruto now seemingly being at the forefront in championing for Odinga's bid, Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Korir Sing'oei and former Kenyan Ambassador to America Elkanah Odembo, who are leading Raila's campaigns, have insisted that the government will pull all stops to ensure Raila succeeds.
One, and that is the launch.
Raila faces candidates from Mauritius, Madagascar and Djibouti, with Djibouti's Foreign Affairs Minister Mahmoud Yusuf being pitted as Odinga's main opponent in the February 2025 elections. All candidates are vying to succeed the outgoing Africa Union Commission chairperson, Moussa Faki. Theo Masharia for KUTV News.
Thank you, Theo Masharia, for that comprehensive reporting. Now let's switch gears to matters corridors of justice. Now the High Court has quashed the entire privatization bill of 2023. In his ruling, High Court Judge Chacha Mwita stated that the act cannot be allowed to operate as no meaningful participation took place before its enactment, and selling KICC and other state-owned corporations will be amount to the contrary to the section and of course Article 1, that is Article 11 Clause 2 of the Constitution, and of course the Monument and Heritage Act.
Another case, another setback, the show goes on. The Kenya Kwanza administration is yet again on the losing end after the High Court declared the entire Privatization Act of 2023 unconstitutional. In his landmark ruling, Justice Chacha Mwita said the act in its entirety is null and void and cannot be allowed to operate as no meaningful public participation took place before its enactment. On 4th of December 2023, the High Court suspended the privatization of 11 state corporations following a case filed by the Orange Democratic Party. The Odinga-led party argued that the state-owned entities can only be privatized with the consent of the people at referendum, and as such no public participation took place. Mwita in his ruling also argued that KICC is a national heritage and privatizing it goes against Article 11 Clause 2 of the Constitution and the Monument and Heritage Act. Other assets that were up for sale include Kenya Pipeline Company, Kenya Literature Bureau, the Kenya Seed Company, KCC, Kenya National Oil Corporation, Mwea Rice Mills Limited, Western Kenya Rice Mills Limited, Rivertex East Africa Limited, among others. The latest ruling adds to a string of legal battles that President William Ruto's administration has suffered over a short period of time. It began with the controversial housing levy. The Social Health Insurance Act of 2023 was another consequential ruling that rocked the Kenya Kwanza regime. It did not end there. The ghost of the legal setback continued to haunt the current regime when the High Court squashed the appointment of 50 chief administrative secretaries and Finance Bill of 2023. Another case, another setback.
Alright, now a section of youth drawn from Pwani University in Kilifi County have threatened to resume the Gen Z-led protest if the plot to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is actualized. This comes amidst a censure motion filed in Senate by the Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana to discuss the conduct of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, as Dennis Monyi now reports.
Pwani University youths have threatened to mobilize their peers from all over the country and take it to the streets in protest to send the entire Kenya Kwanza government home if the threats to impeach Gachagua sail through. The youths have said that the past Gen Z protests were not about impeachment of Gachagua, but were about good governance that President William Ruto has failed to offer.
Sisi tuko hapa kusupport Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua hakuna mtu atakutatiza. Ruto must go. Sisi wakati tunaandamana hatukusema Gachagua aende. Tulitaka Ruto aende. Saa hii mnataka kuimpeach Gachagua. Hiyo hatutakubali watu wa Kilifi. Na tuko hapa, tuko bumper to bumper na Rigathi Gachagua.
Seconding their sentiments is Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, who has reiterated that the previous Azimio protests that also included the Gen Z deemed Ruto must go were intended to send home the entire Kenya Kwanza regime. Kioni says that the looming impeachment will not see the break of day, further urging the government to stop the push and pull based on impeachment and focus on service delivery to Kenyans as were demanded by the Kenyans. This comes amidst rising numbers of comments from political leaders across the country who are now divided into three groups: those allied to the president, those allied to the deputy president, and those opposing the entire regime. This includes Uasin Gishu woman representative Gladys Sholei, who boldly put the Gachagua on notice, saying that she was willing to spearhead the impeachment motion. Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana, who is to file a censure motion against Gachagua, accusing him of disregarding his oath of office by engaging in divisive politics.
Don't worry, no one can touch Ruto when I am there. So sasa amecho waungane mkono amu iwezekani hiyo disrespect ilifanyikana. Rigathi Gachagua, you have been very disrespectful of the president. You have committed gross insubordination. You have violated the National Cohesion Act because you are busy preaching tribal politics. You have committed enough offenses, and now we have said enough is enough. We will send you home, or you resign by yourself. If you don't want to listen to.
Na tena anaongea kama yeye ni gavana ya sehemu moja. Yeye asisahau ya kwamba yeye ni deputy president of this country and is accountable to everybody. So sisi Kwa upande yetu tuko imara na rais wetu William Samoei Ruto.
In all this, the president has been faulted for allowing disrespect directed towards his deputy, with warning that he might lose the Mount Kenya votes if the impeachment sees the break of the day. Dennis Munyi, KUTV.
That story by Dennis Munyi about Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's woes takes us to a very fast break here on the State of the Nation. Remember, plenty more to follow after the break.
I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland, and I'm the main coordinator of the CAFE project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Eva Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching Cutting Edge Research at Kenyatta University Television.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Welcome back. Now, Kenyatta University has today hosted the Transforming Universities for Changing Climate project, which has brought together institutions from Kenya, Brazil, Fiji, and the United Kingdom to drive innovation and sustainability for a greener future. KUTV's Brenda Nyongesa reports from KU main campus.
The Transforming Universities for Changing Climate project, a global collaboration that includes Kenya's Kenyatta University, Kisii University, and Kenya Methodist University, along with the University College of London, has been making significant strides since 2020. A key output of this initiative is the Green Education Hub, designed to ensure the project's sustainability and promote climate-focused education. Through this hub, students have been showcasing the innovative solutions to climate change through exhibitions, paintings, and various projects.
Yeah, this here is a plastic bottle bin made out of discarded wire mesh and up to 60 or so bottles that we just collected in and around campus. So it provides a way to make waste functional.
Part of our tree planting activities here in KU, where we planted the 1,000 trees, These are our weekly meetings where we usually educate our members. This week we are focusing on waste management. Next week we'll be focusing on climate change.
Joseph Kurauka, a lecturer at Kenyatta University School of Agriculture, highlighted that the green economy, a core focus of these universities, seek to reduce environmental risk and provide green jobs. These jobs, which offer decent work opportunities, aim to preserve the environment while fostering innovation in areas like ecosystem resilience and addressing economic challenges.
Green jobs, economic diversification, decent working opportunities that contribute to preserve environment, improves also energy efficiency, and protect ecosystems, support adaptation to climate change.
Kurauka further emphasized the importance of green skills for managing natural assets and developing industries that are both low carbon and resource efficient. He noted that the youth are at the center of this movement, with the universities integrating competence-based curriculum, learning to develop a green working culture and match industry needs. Initiatives such as improved energy-saving stoves, waste management, geothermal energy projects, carbon marketing, and solar energy in Garissa are leading the way in creating green jobs.
Ensuring natural resource management in the green economy aspect in this course. And we need to look at some of these skills, what they mean under this. The issues of supporting resource efficiency, the aspect of a low carbon industry. We are looking at the skills that support climate resilience, which is a very key area in terms of, especially in global south, where most of people, households have been affected by climate change, climate variability, and this has really impacted on livelihoods of many people.
Despite the progress, there is still a lack of funding, innovation ideas, and skills, alongside issues like youth attitudes towards green jobs and a mismatch between academic curricula and industry demands. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
And Kenyan government, through Principal Secretary Kelo Harsama, has announced plans to spend 13 billion to build feedlots in 490 wards of arid and semi-arid lands. As Diana Nashipai explains in the following report, the project aims at improving their livelihood through enhanced livestock management.
Following the upcoming drought that is expected to be experienced in the arid and semi-arid areas, the Principal Secretary Keno Hasman, during a public participation event for the Wadla Integrated Pastoralism Feedlot Project, announced a plan to build feedlots in 490 wards. The project will prioritize 10 counties, including Garissa, Mandera, Tana River, Isiolo, Samburu, Turkana, Baringo, West Pokot, Wajir, and Marsabit.
Kuanzisha feedlot program katika counties 31 Kenya mzima, na sisi tumesema tuanze na priority ya counties 10.
According to Hasman, one of the significant for undertaking this project is the 2.7 billion Wadla Integrated Agro-Pastoralism Feedlot Project, which is being implemented by Ewaso Ngiro North Development Authority, will be covering 12,000 acres in Marsabit County. This feedlot will benefit over 1,000 livestock keepers and is expected to stock more than 2,000 animals in addition to the farmers' livestock.
Hizo programs katika hizo counties so that mifugo ya wafugaji inaweza kustahimili shida ya ukame ambayo inakuja mara kwa mara.
The PS also assured that the feedlot project will be a game changer for the local community, where it will be able to stop livestock death of the arid and semi-arid areas.
Tuanzishe feedlot ya eka 5,000 katika sehemu hii ya Walda, ambayo sasa itawezesha wafugaji kupeleka ngombe yao, mifugo yao, mbuzi yao huko.
Residents who donated land for the project lauded the initiative, noting its potential to improve livestock breeding while creating employment opportunities for the youth in the areas.
Sai tunaweka hiyo site, fanye kazi, wana clear hiyo land, alafu pesa kidogo tunalipa, wanapata hiyo pesa.
The feedlot project in Esol regions is expected to provide long-term solutions to recurrent drought challenges, ensuring food security and sustainable livelihoods for pastoralists in the targeted areas. Diana Nashipai, KUTV.
Now let's take yet another very short break. We'll be back with sport news.
maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
Right, time for the latest update in the world of sports. Now, Kenya is in a race against time to complete the refurbishment of Nyayo and Kasarani Stadium, as well as concluding the final touches to Talanta Sports Stadium ahead of CHAN and AFCON tournament that the country is set to host alongside Uganda and Tanzania next year. The upgrade, which will entail increasing the number of seats, adding contemporary conveniences, improving practicing field, upgrading medical centers, and building standard accommodations option for officials and players, will bring these facilities up to date with the international standard, creating unforgettable experience for fans and improving the nation's standing as well as respectable hosts across the continent. Now, Kenya Breweries Limited and the Kenya Rugby Union have announced a 22 million sponsorship deal for the 2024 Safari Sevens Rugby Tournament that will be held from the 11th to 13th of October 2024 in Machakos County. The event, which enters its 29th edition for the first time, will be held out of Nairobi, attracting top teams worldwide, including countries such as Qatar, Zimbabwe, Uganda, and the United Kingdom, in a move intended to showcase the country's beautiful scenery and vast tourism attraction sites. It's a wrap. Many thanks for all those who made this production a success, and of course for you, our esteemed viewers, for always keeping us a company in the last 30 minutes or so. My good name is Auma Evans. Lucy Kiare has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, do have a lovely night.